Picking up kneel at C-bottom. What I'm going to actually do is combine picking up kneel at C-bottom with fan through the back. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if I do just the kneel at C-bottom, you're going to be stuck down here underwater, and I don't want to leave you there. All right, we're going to come out of that posture and go to the next one because they sort of fit back to back very smoothly. All right, so I'm going to do this in the common direction of the form so you can see what it looks like. We will have finished with a brush knee push to set this up. All I'm going to do at this juncture is shift my weight forward and align my hands and slide my right foot behind me. Again, remember how we do our cat stances in playing the guitar early in the form. Don't forget, you're going to have that pinky stay in touch with the floor. And as you shift forward, once your weight's out here on the front foot, nothing in the back, that's when I'm going to line up my foot straight across behind me and get my hands in this posture. Now this should look somewhat familiar. It's kind of like repulsing the monkey. In a sense, it kind of is, all right? What's going to happen now is I'm going to root in the back foot, and in the same way as repulsing the monkey switches our hands, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to sit back. Now, I'm going to reach behind just like repulsing the monkey. But now what's going to happen is I'm going to lift this hand over my head. I'm going to start to square off my hips to the front, drag my left foot back. I'm going to chop down with this hand, and at the very end, I'm going to point to the C-bottom, picking up kneel C-bottom. Now what's important to notice here is I have no weight in this left foot. Everything's in this back foot, so it's pretty demanding to stay here. To come out of this, we're going to relax the wrists, rise up, and as I said before, we're going to do fan through the back. So we're going to step over the railroad tracks. Left hand guards the heart, and right hand guards the forehead. Stop when your weight's 50-50. This is it. Again, be careful. Don't go out here and don't go pushing. All right. Picking up kneel at C-bottom from brush knee push. Shift the weight forward. Reach out, slide the foot behind you in preparation so there's distance here. Don't bring it into here. This is like all of the other preparations that you've gone through so far. Slide this back here. Then you're going to switch your palms, root that back heel. Turn your upper body, raise this hand up, start to slide the left foot back as you square your hips to the front. Squat down and strike. No weight in that front foot. Totally empty, separation of yin and yang. Release the wrists, come back up, step over the rail, and fan through the back. Okay. Pretty simple. Let me do it from the front. From brush knee push, shift forward, line up the hands and the foot, sit back, root that back foot, turn, reach behind you, start to make kind of a chop, sit down, no weight in that front foot, strike with your hand at the bottom, no weight in this foot, okay, nothing here, then release the hands. Rise back up, guard the heart, the forehead, step back over the railroad tracks, and fan through the back. Okay? Now, one other thing that I want to point out to you, and this is kind of optional, I also use this gesture sometimes to take kinks out of my back. If I'm feeling somewhat tense because I've already done 27 gestures ahead of me, there may be a little tension in what's called your thrusting vessel. The thrusting vessel just follows the vertebrae. It's your spinal column. So if I feel some tension in the thrusting vessel, I'll use this gesture to kind of like decompress my vertebrae. So if you want to, when you're down here like this, coming back up, you basically release your hands and just come back up. But I find that when I'm down here, sometimes if I drop my head when I release my hands and release everything and form my back like a cat, then I can kind of get some tension out of there and pop those things, roll up, And I'm not really changing anything for the rest of the gesture. All I'm doing is decompressing my vertebrae a little bit further. Not that you're not getting some decompression here, but because you're not releasing your head and your Zen point is now down here, we're not going to look out here. My target is down here, so I'm going to look down here. All right? So there's still some tension in my back a little bit. This just lets go of the rest of that. And I just rise up and form my gesture. Okay. All right, that's all there's said. Fairly simple move. The hardest part is basically having all of your weight in one leg and no weight in the other as you're down very low to the ground. All right, have fun with that one.